Hello and welcome back to the Care and Conversation studio, live at the Care Show London. I'm here with Lucy from Birdie.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Great, how are you doing?
I'm okay. Quite deep into the day, had many conversations, so I think I'm okay. I think I'm actually okay.
You're doing all right?
I think I'm doing all right,
You're doing better than me then.
Yeah, okay, let's give it a go and see what happens.
We can do this.
See what happens. Right, do you want to tell us who you are and what you do?
So I am Lucy from Birdie. So Birdie provides home care technology, specifically for domiciliary, live-in and complex care providers. So care management, rostering, finance and analytics. But as a part of Birdie, I've been very lucky to create Flock. So Flock is a community for those providers, home care, live-in and complex care, to come together, share knowledge and sort of help everyone in the sector get stronger. So that's the idea behind it. It's completely free. Social media for social care. That's what people are saying.
Perfect. So we're going to talk about sales and marketing today. Obviously, sales and marketing in the care sector is slightly different to general sales and marketing, but actually maybe not that different. What's working in your world? What are you doing? What are you working on? What are good tips for people in sales and marketing at the moment?
So I think it's very interesting that you say it's different to what we do elsewhere in other industries. You might have just hit the nail on the head. I don't think it should be. So for a very long time in social care, the marketing has been, I don't want to use the word old-fashioned, but has been a little bit afraid to kind of come across as showy or come across as kind of quirky or funny or a little bit different. Whereas other industries have embraced that a lot more, that you always see those ads. I mean, I live in London, so you see those ads on the tube all the time that are quite funny. And you kind of stop and you look at, you read them, whereas you don't see that a lot in social care. And I think actually the providers that we see that are making that shift towards the slightly less down the line, serious, classic take, are having quite a lot of success with it. So companies like Astute Home Care, you go on their website, it's very bold colours, like bold block colours, really engaging, really easy to read, easy to navigate. And I think they're having great success, even though they only started, I'd say, a year or so ago. So I think by actually looking at other industries and seeing what they're doing and seeing how you can incorporate some of that style and messaging and approach into social care, it's going to make a difference.
Yeah, I guess there's no reason why a home care company can't look like a fancy up-and-coming tech company in the sort of styles and themes that they use. There's no reason, because ultimately a lot of the customers are still the same in that aspect, or the process for the human being is still the same. There's
been so much research and psychology and testing stuff out that's been done by other industries. So I think look what they've done. They've had the big budgets and the time to look into how to win people over, how to kind of get an audience in, get people to really believe in your brand. So look at what they're doing and then take some of it. It's time that within social care we have so much pride in ourselves to be able to go, no, we can have a bit of that. It's time that we kind of use that look, that feel, and as you said, it's the same audience. It's just maybe sometimes people are a bit older or they're looking for something different, but people respond to good marketing. So
I think I know the answer to this anyway, but I'm going to ask. If you've got a magic bullet for marketing, is there a thing that people should be doing? I mean, I know the answer already, but have you?
What's your no? We'll go on.
My answer is there's not. That it takes the whole. So I always think about marketing like a cake, and this includes kind of how you actually are as a company. So if you're a rubbish company, you can make nice icing for your cake, but someone will taste the cake at some point and go, well, that was rubbish. So you have to kind of be good all the way through, and then the marketing is the sort of icing and the cherry and the sprinkles that you really kind of bring that attention and add that magic. But there's no single thing that you can do, like it's not like, oh, just do LinkedIn ads and that'll solve your problem. So whatever
it's not that simple. I think if there was one thing, like a good place to start, maybe, and this is going to sound a bit weird, but it's in other industries a lot of the time the company has a mission.
Yeah.
And so for Birdie, it's sort of to help everyone age with confidence. And the way in which we're achieving that is through technology. But it means that we have a very clear goal, and everyone who joins Birdie, works at Birdie, wants to achieve that goal. So I would say if your company doesn't have a mission, start there. And what do you want to do? What do you want to achieve? And get everyone to buy into that one slogan. Once everyone's bought into that, it's so much easier to go, well, what does that look like? How do we want people to feel? How do we want to get this mission out into the world? So yeah, start with what do you actually want your company to do?
It's interesting because I think like in social care, probably both home care and care homes, the demand is so strong a lot of the time that actually they go, oh, we don't need to do marketing because we just get clients anyway. And I think what they underestimate is how many they're losing because their sort of digital shop front is a bit naff, old website doesn't work properly, the contact form doesn't work, no one answers the phone, all those bits and pieces. So I still think that whole, even if you are in a high demand market where people come to you, you still need to have everything needs to look good, right? If you had a shop, the paint was flaking on the outside, you'd sort it out, right? Whereas
exactly, and like there are. It's not like you have to be a website builder as well, because the thing is, if you have started a care business or really any business, it doesn't require you to know everything about marketing, setting up a business, you just need to know what you need to get the business off the ground. So tools like Squarespace, they're there to help you build a really beautiful website without any expertise or knowledge. Like they have templates. I sound like I work for Squarespace. I don't. But
enter this code in
Lucy 10 for 10% off. So essentially what I'm saying is you don't need to be an expert in marketing or design or building websites. Go on Google, type in best website building tool, and it will direct you to all these great things that help you create an experience for people coming to your website that is easy to understand and sells the mission of your business, helps people buy into what you want to do, what they want to do. So yeah, I think don't try and do it all yourself. There's stuff out there that can help.
What's your thoughts on the sort of application of AI within marketing and sales?
I mean, so I originally started off at Birdie as kind of a copywriter, so writing a lot of the resources, books and that kind of thing. And it took a lot of research, a lot of speaking to different people to get that right. Obviously when AI has come along, the idea is like, oh, that'll just type it into that and it'll come up with it for you. I think AI from a marketing perspective is very useful for bouncing ideas off it, so being, what do you think about this, or how can I position this? But I wouldn't use it to write your website just yet, because I think it does still sound a little bit robotic. Use it as the initial draft, but don't put stock in it just yet for marketing.
I quite like it for sort of helping with idea generation. It's quite good at titles of things, I think. It can give just perspective you might never have thought of, in the way it can kind of sort of mix up the words.
It's just, I think of it a little bit like a very junior intern who has some ideas but maybe doesn't have the full experience of how to put them across. So yeah, it's exactly that. You can say, come up with 10 different titles for this book I'm writing, and it will come up with 10 different titles, and 9 of them won't be any good, but one of them might be good.
Yeah, with a few tweaks. And
exactly.
This is quite interesting with, say, video, for example, in AI, and now it's getting to the stage where it can sort of generate pretty real looking stuff. People have asked me about this. I thought, well, if a care home gets caught using fake video in their marketing, it's really quite a high reputational risk, I think. If you get caught using AI, let's say caught, but like if a human is reading your content thinking that was written by a human being, because they would be assuming that, right?
Well,
and then they realise, I think it's a real risk there that you sort of undo.
Almost especially in this industry. Because it's so dependent on people and real people, and that won't change. Like social care is one of the few industries which is actually to do with life, like the full spectrum of life, and to hand that off to robots in any way, whether that is, generating video or writing your marketing copy or that kind of thing, it has to be done very carefully. because removing the real person element from it just ain't social care.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I completely agree.
I've got one final really important question for you. Alternative milks. What is your favourite? How do you rank them? Do you list them? Do you use them?
I do use them. I'm an alternative milker. Who isn't? So I'm going to put oat at the top.
Okay.
But I'm also one of those organic idiots. So there's this brand called Plenish.
Plenish, yeah.
Plenish. Great stuff. It's just oats, water.
I mean,
lovely.
the only problem is it's about £4,000 a carton, which
I get one of them
struggle with. Yeah.
And I eke it out over the
supposedly, one can make their own oats milk, but I don't. I think I've got time for that.
Oats,
I don't,
water,
a bit of salt.
and time.
Yeah, and time.
And a willingness to maybe get food poisoning. Yeah, that's the key. Yeah.
Any other ones you like? So oats at the top of the list. Is there any you'd go for?
Used to be an almond gal, but I think that it's lost its touch. Soy's never appealed.
I remember soy used to be kind of dominate the market, and now like soy is like the rubbish one.
Soy's out,
and they haven't innovated. And oat was rubbish, and they've got it right. Although there is a lot of sugar in it. Yeah, branding. Yeah.
Oat milk. If oat milk can get their branding right.
Yeah.
Anyone can.
Well, thank you very much for coming to see us, Lucy. It's been a pleasure.
Nice to see you again.